Eh, I don't know what comment. I don't know what your comment's about. I don't even know what it's about. So I got a story. I'm kind of gonna wait a little bit to tell it. Very interesting day. Very interesting. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a YouTube video about it. I'm gonna see what people say. I'll be back. See you real soon. Yeah, so last time this happened, I didn't have a thing to say about it. But I'll tell you what, now I think it's time to say something. So I was staying with this guy that I thought was my friend, right? I wake up, my pants are off, my shirt is off. Guys, I'll tell you, something weird comes with this amount of social attention, and I guess this is it. Woke up without clothes on, and he's putting hands on me. Not joking. Creepiest thing I've ever experienced in my entire life. Totally mortalized. Don't even know what to say. Don't even know what to do. I'm okay. I'm just kind of like freaked out. It was really, really weird. And then he kind of stole most of the groceries that I bought and stole one of my bags and tried to frame me because he got caught. So I'm good. But yeah, you know, I had dealt with some health stuff, and you know, my haters pushed me pretty hard. So I got one hell of a vendetta against them. So I give a lot of different people access to my stuff because for me, the way I have it in my real life now, my phone numbers, my internet. Here, one second. Let me bring this down. This needs to die. So give me a second. There we go. Now it's dead. No problems. Okay. So here's the deal. I have spent a long time squashing bugs, and I haven't stopped. And I enjoy it. I really do. There's a lot of people out there that just, man, I'll tell you, are they not worth the time? And I have so much fun. And the best part, what I love to do now is I get them smiling and I get them thinking we're buddies right before I take them, you know? And it's fantastic. Hello, how are you? So I've created this beautiful symbiotic relationship between me and law enforcement where now before I didn't really say anything about it, but now people are so paranoid and I think it's hilarious because the fact of the matter is we live in this culture and society where most people are criminals and they act like it too. And with the advent of social media and then, you know, all the tracking we have going on, cameras everywhere, people are finally afraid to get caught. I lived my whole life making choices I should be making and not making choices I shouldn't make. And, you know, it's fun to get them riled up because they're like wild animals and they get so angry and they have no idea. They don't have a damn clue that every move they're making is being tracked. Everything they're doing is being documented. Every little damn thing, including things they think that nobody knows they're doing. And I mean, and it blows my mind that people don't know this. Like, when you sign terms of agreement in different apps, your microphone stays active. And especially if it's a publicly traded company, the government has access to your active microphone. Do you not realize that, right? And so I'll give you an example. So, whereas in the past, if I would have been in a rough situation, right, I would have had to put up with a whole bunch of drama. I would have had to put up with people trying to mistreat me. Nowadays, everything's documented. Just keep going. Just keep running. All right. Sorry, I got a phone call. Can't answer it right now. But I'll tell you, I'm not in the mood. I'm live streaming, and they know it too. They're like, oh, well, I see his face. I'm going to talk to him. Like, you're going to talk to me when I want you to talk to me. And if I don't want you to talk to me, you're not going to talk to me. And if you're not smart enough to do that, you can pay the personal bill. So that's that. So I was kind enough to avoid this place last night. And I'm not going to show you where I'm at. But today, they still have it up, and it's pretty cool.
Thank you.
But anyway, I guess my point is I got to see it all from the internet. I watched it on Instagram and everything. I watched the live stream of the Wicked premiere, which is pretty cool. And I'll tell you guys, like there's middle ground to stuff. If somebody says to you they don't want you somewhere, sometimes there's more than one reason, right? And so I'm welcome in a lot of spaces, but sometimes people just get in the way, and there's nothing you could do about it. So for me, I try to, because of the kindness that I get, to, stay kind myself and then avoid certain public situations when I am requested to. So, being that I'm given permission to essentially spend all my time on the boulevard whenever I want to, on every regular day, when we do have a major event, depending on what the major event is, I try to step off the boulevard for a little while and, give people some space. But, it was tough for me, though, because I'll tell you, Denzel Washington is in the Gladiator movie, in the second one, and I wanted to come to this premiere so bad. You have no idea how bad I wanted to go see him, or at least, be in the area when it was happening. And I walked up the road, and I came right past here. I didn't even... Oh, it kills me, but it's all right. Here's what I tell myself. To any of the people that are in stuff that I like and are people that I enjoy watching, one day I'll get to meet them. I put it that way. So for all the events that I have to skip, I'll get to meet them in real life before you know it. All I got to do is maintain my patience and stay away from the buzzard human beings that we have left on this planet, which is the majority of every single breathing creature. But beyond that, I just keep moving forward. Every now and again, I'll be nice enough to step in front of the buzzards, attract them in my direction so they come away from people that are just trying to mind their own business. But I digress. Hey, listen, I don't have to be a nice person. I earn that privilege. I am a nice person, but you'll never know it. Not if I don't want you to. Nice for the heart. Can't believe how much older I look since 2018. It's just the beard. Listen, in 2018, the videos of me in 2018 are mostly doctored. I had to work with the government and get most of my content from 2015 to 2020 taken down. So anything for the most part that you're seeing on the internet is being produced by domestic terrorists, just so you're aware. Because I was involved in an international operation that I obviously wasn't trained for. I just kind of fell in the middle of something for a couple of years. And I didn't have anybody ask me for help. I was just minding my own business. And it's kind of like if you just wake up in the middle of a firefight and you're like, oh shit, what am I supposed to do? So essentially in a virtual way, that's what happened in my life. Is I kind of just woke up in the middle of a situation I had nothing to do with. And just moseying my way out of that situation, I happened to end up a little more involved in it than I would have preferred. So then we took care of all that, got rid of all that. So if you're watching content on the internet that has my name on it, and it is previous of 2022, 2023, it may not be real. There's a possibility that it's either a deep fake or, some form of edit of previous content, especially if it's something of a negative nature or a derogatory nature. Most of that is false and is not to be engaged in. But I'll tell you what, I take it and I use it because it's worth something. And I'm not a bitch or a pussy about it. I just get it done. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. When people are putting that stuff out there and they're saying stuff about me, I let them say whatever they want. I get people texting me. They're like, oh, do you do this? Do you do that? I say, you know what? No. And they say, but I have evidence. I say, no, you don't. They say, yes, I do. I have a video. I say, no. And they say, but that's not how it works. This is real life. I say, yeah, you're right. This is real life. And you don't. So that sucks. Sucks to be you. Sorry to tell you, but I am. And that's all I need. That's all I need. Thanks for the hearts. You know, so there's plenty of ways that you could use what you have available to you. Personally, I chose to use it to make myself famous. That's what I did. I said, fuck society, fuck people, fuck your family, fuck my family. I'm going to get famous, and I'm going to get rich. And on the fame part, it's exactly what I did. I'm an absolute douche. I used to be a really nice guy, and then all these scumbags got to me in society. I became just like them, and now they think they're better than me, which I find really interesting. Okay, so what if I'm still kind of nice? Maybe I'm a little bit nice sometimes. But don't worry, I'm just pretending. Yes, I know you. Dude, I'm following a guy with a gun. Just making sure he doesn't use it on anybody. If he pulls it out, I'm using it on him. Welcome from Africa. Now keep walking and shut your mouth. All right. So, moving on. Yeah, we got it. No need. We got it. I don't want any Starbucks right now, not about it. I'm just, I'm pissed off because I keep having these people trying to distract me, involve me in their shit. And I'm like, it's none of my business. I really don't care. I got my own life to live. I got my own stuff to do. You know? And what's the punishment? Well, I'm leaving the boulevard. You can go ahead and have fun without me. I'm not doing this shit. And you literally can't make me. You didn't make me before. I played along long enough to see how hard you would try to be. Like, I just kind of strung you out long enough to make you stupid. That's not going to make sense to you because you're not smart enough to understand it, but that's what I did. I strung things out long enough so you couldn't hurt me. I got you tired. It's like when you're in a boxing match. You know? If you're smart, you let somebody swing until they don't have it in them to swing anymore. And then you take them down. And so that's what I'm doing. Well, that's what I did. And now, you know, I came home after getting a little bit of rest. And, well, they're still tired. And so now I am tiring them out to the level that they tired me out. And then I'm going to get rid of them. And then I'm going to take everything they own and build it into my network. I'm going to take every connection they have and build those people into my network. And the next time they try to tell me no, I'm going to be able to fire them right then and there. Instead of just saying it and then they laugh, and then 3 months later they lose their job and I can't prove that I got them fired. I'm going to be able to look somebody in the face and say, get out of this building. And when they say, you're not the boss, security takes them out of the building. And I'm getting there. I'm almost there, actually. Yeah, sure, princess, no problem. When am I coming back to Pennsylvania? Whenever I will, please. I don't know. Whenever I feel like it. I don't feel like having, to see more law enforcement get murdered. So I'm doing my best to stay away from Pennsylvania, because last time I went to PA, they put me in prison, and that got a lot of people killed. So I'm really not trying to get in the middle of that again. And I can tell you that the people involved in getting me incarcerated in Pennsylvania, when they try that, they don't give a god fuck about you or your life. They don't care about your future. They don't care about your family. They don't even care about themselves. They're just a bunch of scumbags. So, it's none of my business, and I don't care. I'm just, like I said, if I go to PA, it's going to be real quiet. And when I say real quiet, I mean, I won't even have a phone on me, because it ain't worth the drama. It ain't worth the trouble. I can tell you that I'm going to build things up to a point where I could go, to Pennsylvania without having to be strapped up or anything of that nature. But right now isn't the time. It's just, if I went right now, a lot of people would get hurt. And that wouldn't be right. When I went last time, I didn't know that a lot of people were going to get hurt. Nobody told me. And then by the time I stepped out that building, they were so scared of me, they actually gave me my property back. So in case you didn't know, pretty much any time I get incarcerated, the cops get so paranoid and get so scared for my safety. Like, me getting incarcerated isn't a regular thing, but, I've been 3 times outside of this state. And, they get rid of all my property, they steal all my stuff, they hack into my phones, and then they never give any of it back when I get released, minus, my shirt and pants. Well, this time around, they actually gave me my ID back because they were that paranoid. Which I don't know if that makes sense to you, but if you speak the language, you know what I'm talking about. Give me 1 second. Thanks for hearts. Hello. Yeah, in case you didn't know, when you get incarcerated in America, the cops pretty much steal everything that belongs to you, and they just give you back what they want and claim that it's evidence. Well, most of the time, they don't even put it into evidence. And that's a fact. I've seen it myself. Where am I? I am in Hollywood. Where are you? It's almost midnight. Where are you at? Oh, boy. Just got in the live new here. Well, welcome to the broadcast. I sound like an angry manlet. Well, that's what I'm trying to act like right now. Trying to act like an angry manlet. Just trying to see. I'm digging stuff up right now. I'm bored.
You get whatever you want.
Thanks for the hearts. Welcome to the broadcast. Rocky, what's up? How are you? But what do I choose to get? Justice. No, I'm just kidding. Nothing. I do my own thing. I mind my own business. And when some scumbag invites me over to his house and steals half the food that I fucking buy, when I leave his place, I don't have to worry about him following me around. Instead, he follows around some other guy. What's up? How are you? Thanks for the hearts. Yeah, it's kind of, listen, the street is touchy. Okay, the street's real touchy, and people don't know. It's like people be like, "Oh my God, somebody threatened to kill you." I'm like, bro, it's a Wednesday, or what's today? Monday? Yeah, it's a Monday. It like, my point when I say that is that it happens all the time. Like, somebody threatening to kill you is like somebody saying hello. It happens that often, and they almost never do it. So don't be worried like it's going to happen. If somebody threatens to kill you and they're from the street, no offense, but like, don't take them seriously. They're just trying to scare you and get what's yours. Now, listen, guys, I'm going to tell you something, and this is from the professionals. Killing somebody is almost impossible to get away with. Trust me, almost impossible. And most people that do kill people get fucked up pretty fast and don't make it long before somebody catches me. So, if you ever have somebody threatening you and they're from the street, just don't take them seriously. That's my recommendation. Stay away from them. Definitely stay away from them. But don't take them seriously. No, Georgia, they didn't. I actually had a lot of cheeks offered to me in prison and in jail. Because they knew, the social reputation thing. I had a lot going for me. I had been famous at the time, and when I went to prison, I became infamous. They nicknamed me Death. But that was like all on accident. I didn't do any of that. I really didn't do any of it on purpose. It was just part of my lifestyle. It's like, if somebody's in your way, you just get them out of your way as long as it's not illegal. And I guess when it comes to criminal life, getting people out of your way gets people killed. So I guess a lot of people died in my name. And I didn't know. I didn't even know about it. I was just living life the way I normally live it. There's like thousands of people dead because I didn't get what I wanted. That wasn't my choice, obviously. That's kind of just how it went. So it's like, in regular society, people do regular stuff. Well, in criminal society, people do criminal stuff. So when you say, get that guy out of my way, and they end up dead, you're like, oh shit, I didn't realize they're going to do that. So now I'm a little more careful with my words. But that's what happens. That's how it happens. Hello, Neat. Welcome to the broadcast. 6'5", 235, and Lee. Feel like I could take my cheeks? I'll tell you what. I will put my teeth in your jugular and watch you pass out. I can do that for you if that's what you need. Some people are into it. Some people are afraid. It depends. I'm not a dangerous person. I'm not a violent person. I'm a defensive person. So the only time you're ever going to hear me speak that way to anybody is to somebody speaking that way to me. So I guess what I'll tell you is I let you get real close to my cheeks, and just as you went to put it in, I cut it off. Or even better, I'd offer to put it in my mouth first so I could bite it off. And then I'd shove it up your ass as you slowly died. So, there you go. Just the things you learn in prison. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, I know myself, so I know my son. And I know that if he doesn't know about prison, he's going to go to prison. Because that's what happened to me. And that's exactly why it happened to me. Because I knew nothing about any of it. If I had known, then it wouldn't have happened. And the fact of the matter is, even everything I'm telling you about right now has to get cleaned up. And if you're someone that doesn't know how to keep your mouth shut, you're probably actually not going to live. And I'm telling you the truth. This world is so complex you couldn't even imagine. And I have as much as I need in this life to clean up whatever situation I want to, or I have to. I can say whatever the hell I want to. I can do whatever I want. And when I say within reason, the only within reason is on two topics: my personal ethics and my personal budget. It's based on how much money I want to spend, whether it be financial cash or any other type of monies. And, some people say time, but I'm smart enough to know that time is a measurement. But, in pleb society and, poor society, people believe that money is a concept that goes beyond measurement. Money is not anything more than a measurement. Scientific fact. Just don't educate stupid people, because stupid people get angry. So when you give them information they can't handle, they get aggressive. It's just human nature. If you don't understand human nature, it's not my problem. So, what's up? Where am I going today? I'm taking a walk. Right now, I'm walking around blowing off some steam, live streaming with you. George goes, I would never sell my cheeks, dude. Listen, I'm a dominant. I don't know. I think it's just my size. Like, I'm short, right? I'm about 6 foot. So people just assume that I'm like a submissive, but I'm not. Like, you could be twice my size and I really will rock your shit on accident. Like, you'll get hit by a car and it'll be because of me, and I didn't even mean to get you hit by a car. I just was minding my own business and you were in the way. So I guess that's what I'm saying to you is like, I try to look out for everybody, even my enemies. And when somebody comes to me and they want to cause me a problem, I try to tell them like, hey, I'm somebody that, like, I'm more like a freight train than a car. Like, I'm on track. I'm going one way. There's no way to stop it. And you're kind of standing right in front. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for follows. So that's just the way it is. Walks are really good, yeah. And see, Sarai gets the idea. I'll tell you, my women, and I will say my women, get the point. They understand that when I say my women, I don't mean they belong to me. I mean, they're my women in the sense where they're women that I can trust and talk to, right? And I try to have guys in my life. I try to have friends. But most of the time, they just get so competitive. And the competitiveness is just ugly, and the insecurities and stuff. It just leads to competition that's like totally unnecessary in competition. When it comes to the ladies in America, sometimes they'll compete. But internationally, I almost never run into that problem. So, foreign women are essentially who I spend the most of my time with. American women I like, and I prefer to spend my time with American women. It's just a lot of times they could get very competitive, and I'm really not trying to compete. And sometimes my attitude can come off as competitive, even when I'm just unintentionally dominant. I could be a bit much. And some people complain about that, but they're usually people that just can't handle it. And, the further I go in my life, the more it gets like that. Like that, my life gets that way where I end up with more and more people that just can't handle me. Story of being me. There's not much I could do about it. I can't change me, So I like me, and I personally don't care if you don't. And that's the truth. There was a day when I thinking about whether or not you cared. And nowadays, I don't really care. You'll have people that'll be like, you could be here, you can't be here, you could do this, you can't do that. I mean, if you're that scared that you need 15 layers of social protection, that's on you. Me personally, I wear one condom. A condom and maybe a Plan B pill. But, I think it's a bit psychotic to wear like 3 condoms. Doesn't really make much sense. A lot of these people nowadays, they're so avoidant of each other. It's like a social condom. They use avoiding each other like a social condom so they don't have to deal with each other. And it's just pathetic, if you ask me. Like, if you can't handle yourself, then don't. Go get a job that you're supposed to have. Go do something you're supposed to be doing. Like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And that's why I'm so good at it. So I'll deal with people that be like, yo, you're smart. You're famous. You're this, you're that. Like, bro, the only thing that's special about me is that I'm where I'm supposed to be, doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Life is that easy. I have not had my life this way my entire life. I haven't. Okay? So I'm telling you, all you have to do is find where you fit in and fit in. And that's it. I'm not made to be an influencer. I'm not made to be doing social media. I do this because I'm bored. I do this because that part of my life isn't totally put together. I don't always do good with friends because, like I said, people get fucking jealous. But I'm doing what I could, What's up, Vicky? How are you? Good to see you too. Georgia, you better shut your mouth. Show up here in dude, come to Hollywood or shut your mouth. I'm dead serious. Take a stroll out here. I'll tell you what, when I was still with my woman, I had this stupid motherfucker drive up in his burgundy Dodge Challenger, I want to say it was, and fucking, he was blasting his music. My woman was trying to sleep, right? This is before our baby was born. He wouldn't shut the fuck up. Blasting his music. I asked him, I said, hey, could you keep it down? He fucking gives me a problem. I said, you know what? Come on over here. So that's what I did. I drew him over. And we got out the car. He pushed me so hard, he cracked my ribs, right? I put him right in his place after that. I'm not going to say what I did, but I put him right in his place, and he tried to drive away. And he didn't make it, but her and I did. She was awake at the beginning of it, and then she took a little nap. And, now as far as she knows, he just drove away. But if you want the true story, he's dead. So shut your fucking mouth. This is real. I'm not on a recording. This isn't fake. Watch your fucking mouth. Vicky goes, gonna eat again. No, I tell you what. I was staying with a buddy, or who I thought was a buddy, and this scumbag, so he was gay, right? And that's fine. But I guess he was only being friends with me because he wanted to have sex, right? And I told him, hey, I'm not interested. Well, I wake up, and the guy's freaking taking my clothes off, right? So, obviously, I left. But not before buying like $40 worth of groceries, because he was like out, so I got like $40 worth of groceries, put some groceries in his fridge. He fucking kept my food. Motherfucker chased me out of his apartment and kept my food. Now he's getting evicted. He did it to himself. He's going to have to live in his car now. But he stole my fucking food. And that was pretty much the rest of the food money I had for till the end of the month. So I'm looking at another week and a half before I have any money for food. So it is what it is, you know? Yeah, no problem, Fonz. No problem. Yeah, dude, I'll tell you, the game's over. This bullshit's done. So, you know, now I'm being real about it and there's no questions. This is just it. You know, the game's over. I hate to tell you, but the game's over. And I will tell you, I hate to do it, but from here on in, if you aren't straight, don't fuck with me. All right? I'll look out for you from a distance, but this guy that I just was hanging out with for a while, he couldn't get the point. And he refused to respect my space. So now I have to keep my distance from people that don't identify as straight so that people don't fucking murder them. Yeah, so we're going to do that. We're going to go ahead and keep our distance and maintain, you know, proper respects. We can communicate virtually. Just don't fuck with me in real life. And I'll tell you what, if you want to be a part of my life in real life and like you're trying to make it personal, where like I'm spending a night over your place, just don't tell me you're gay. Just don't fucking tell me about it. If I don't know about it, then it can't get you hurt. All right? So just don't tell me about it. Now, if Trump hadn't won, things would be different. Things would be very different. But Trump won, and that affects a lot of shit that I have going on. So I'm sorry to tell you, but the fucking Nazis won the war, and we're fucked. So if you're not straight and you're not white, it's best not to fuck with me for a while, because there's not much I could do. They will hurt you. And no, I don't side with them, but there's nothing I can do. I'm not afraid of them. They're a bunch of fucking pussies. But you are and should be afraid of them. So just please be very careful. I'll still fuck with you, and if I like you enough, I'll protect you on my own. But that takes a lot of energy. All right? Takes a lot of work, takes a lot of energy. So I have to be very selective about who I'm protecting personally. No, Vicky, I'm not going to send you a picture of my food. That's weird. Thanks for the follows. All right, thanks, Fonzie. Georgia, you're dead. Have a nice day. Completely agree. Thank you. Did I get assaulted sexually? No, I'm not even kidding you, bro. I was staying at this dude's house, and I wake up and he has hand on my dick. Can you believe that? He was fucking stroking my dick, and I'm not even making it up. I woke up, and this guy is touching my dick. And I got up to go to the bathroom. It pissed me off so bad I had to pee. So, because I didn't want to react. I'm like, what do I do? Like, I don't want to be guilty of a hate crime if I beat this guy to fuck for touching my dick, you know, in the bed. And so, because he told me, he's like, oh, don't worry, I'll respect your space. And I believed him, being naive as I was. And so I went to the bathroom. I peed. And then I looked down and I realized I'm in my underwear. Like, how the fuck did I get in my underwear? So I put my clothes back on, and instead of killing him, I just fucking tried to relax, calm down for a while. And then eventually he ended up flipping out because he felt so guilty. So I had to leave. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm okay, though. Don't worry. Jackie, welcome to the broadcast. Thanks for the follow. That sounds horrid. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it wasn't good. Wasn't good. I said, yeah, it is what it is. It's whatever. I'm pissed because it's the grocery. I mean, it really comes down to food. Like, I hate to have to go to the food banks for food. And I mean, here's the thing. We already did this once around. Y'all were here for it. You know what I'm talking about. But now this shit, like, a second time, only because of COVID. I was only willing to do this shit because of COVID. You know, it's an international pandemic, happens once every 100 years. And I got offered, like, billions of dollars in fame to be willing to do my shit over just once. So, all right, whatever. Well, now I got the fame, and I don't got to worry about that going away. But I just got these fucking buzzards that think they're going to get in on my money and that they're going to try to tell me what to do. And it just don't work that way. So, that's that. I don't care. What's mine is mine. Just mind your own business, and we won't have a problem. I promise you, we won't. All right. Moving on. I right now am in a situation where I'm trying to protect Hollywood. I'm trying to protect the state, along with a lot of people, just with how the election went. There's a lot of people that are like, yeah, Trump. Listen to me. I'm not against Trump. I'm against losing the state. Without sanctuary status, they will deport everyone that doesn't have ID. If you don't have legal residency, I'm sorry. They will deport everyone who doesn't have legal residency. They will. They're going to. And we will probably change from a blue state to a red state. The homeless are going to get picked off nice and quick. It's going to be bad, and it's already on the way. So, you know, I don't know what else to do. You have these people that they're able to leave whenever they want to. They have their exit plan. You know, I mean, I have an exit plan, but I'm not leaving. That's the difference. These freaking scumbags that keep trying to befriend me. They're like, yo, I'm a part of secret society. No, you're a fucking loser. Yes, it's bitch shit. All right? You're not impressive. I've made it out of your cuffs before. I've made it out of the situation with you. I want nothing to do with it. You're nothing but trouble. You're criminals. Don't try and tell me you're not. And nowadays, even the cops, most of them are criminals. So I don't want to fucking hear it. All right? I'm not here to defend your organization. I'm not here to defend your truth. I'm here to defend your life. I'm here to keep you alive. All right? When requested. That's what I care about. All right? Before whatever you believe in, before whatever you think is real and isn't real, I don't care. It's none of my business. My objective in your life, when you ask me to, is to keep you breathing. Beyond that, it's your problem and not mine. And I will never make it my problem because it's not within my personality. It's not who I am as a person. It doesn't affect me. Okay? I have my life. I live it my way. As long as you're breathing, I've done what I'm supposed to do, and the rest is on you. Here's the thing. You know, it's like, it's easy to say, but it's such a complex issue. You know, that's the thing of it is the ramifications of deporting everyone that's illegal. When we deport everyone in this country that is here illegally, and we will be very soon, each and every citizen is going to become far more abundant than it already is. So think about how abundant resources are to people here in California. It'll be like that throughout the entire country. What I will tell you is, when we do deport all of the illegal people, all the people that are in this country illegally, when we deport all of them, which we're going to be doing in the next 4 years, the homeless population is going to explode. You have no idea. Here's why. The reason California has so many homeless people is because of the amount of resources we have in this state. It's the money that we have in this state. It attracts people that don't have money, okay? Because there's a trickle down through the economy, just naturally through our economy. Well, the same thing's going to happen in every state in the nation when we deport all these people that are here illegally, because all the resources that they're siphoning off of us are going to become accessible to people that are less fortunate. And that's good in some ways. But what we're accounting for is the system, but not the people. Okay? So let me put it to you this way. If you give money to a homeless person that doesn't have any interest in having a job, what are they going to spend it on? Drugs. I'm sorry to tell you, that is where 93.7% of all money that homeless people get goes to drugs. Okay? People that are illegal, they don't have their proper documentation. It's unfortunate, but I will tell you, especially out here in Los Angeles County, what I see illegal people working, and I see citizen documented homeless people not working. I see undocumented people not doing drugs and documented people doing drugs. So it's a really touchy issue, right? I need to duck around the back here. Something's going on. I don't know what it is. What do you call it? It's a really touchy issue. But the fact of the matter is, it's going to affect our economy where people that are supposed to have jobs are going to get jobs. But I'm going to tell you the truth, all right? And this is boots on the ground in real life. I see it every day. The fact of the matter is we're going to have much lazier people with jobs. For starters, we are going to have much lazier people with jobs. Now, with that, we have the technological revolution. So, there's a lot changing in technology where people don't have to work as hard because the tech does most of the work for them. But, neither here nor there. So, two things we can count on. So, I guess, what's going to happen after they deport everyone? Well, next they're going to get rid of all the homeless people. And that's a fact. So essentially it's going to be a 3-stage process, right? They're going to deport everyone that does not have proper citizenship. And honestly, plenty of people who do, unfortunately. And that is going to be a much more quiet job, one that I want nothing to do with. Hint, hint. Thank you ahead of time for not trying to force me into involvement. Then they are going to essentially try to get most of the homeless people employed and housed, which they will do successfully. And then step 3 will be taking all of the remainder, all the people left on the street, and either incarcerating them or getting them clinically institutionalized. And that is pretty much how that's going to go. And then what I'm worried about is I'll tell you, the one thing that's going to be scarier than Donald Trump's America is going to be post Donald Trump's America. And the reason I tell you that is because he is going to do a really good job at getting our country organized at the cost of admittedly at the cost of our sanity in some ways. And it's going to be a really tough couple of years. But we will have a very organized country when he's done. But the thing is, he's doing all that work. And like a lot of businesses that have people running those businesses that started those businesses or really put improvements into it, once he's gone, well, who are we putting back in? Are we putting in a bureaucrat? Are we finding another businessman? What are we doing? So for the drastic and radical changes he's going to create in this country in the next 4 years, I'm just nervous about what we're going to do in the 4 years after that once he's gone. Because he's going to implement things in this country that will be almost irreversible. So with that said, what do we do next? What do we do when Donald Trump changes America and then he's gone? Well, more than likely, people are going to try to figure out a way to get him to stay in office, and that obviously isn't going to happen. So for some people that don't understand how America works, it's America. It's not the Corporation of America. The Corporation of America is like an umbrella company that essentially feeds off of our economy and feeds off of our people. We are America, and they can't just do that. And when I say they can't, I mean we're smarter, faster, better, stronger than anyone on the entire planet, and they won't win. And that's a fact. Most people know it, but right now we do have some people who are in power and who are very wealthy who are too ignorant to recognize that they cannot win. And we may have to put them in their place. But we'll see what happens. One day at a time. All right, while I'm in the shade, I'm going to catch up on comments, all right? Oh, and by the way, for anybody that's not going with it, you already understand how the machine of the society works, okay? I think we all do. I don't need any cover on this, guys. I mean, I'm talking to a psychiatrist anyway. It's totally fine. If you know how it works, right? Well, just understand that if something doesn't follow through in what I'm saying to you, then, it's not my fault, whatever happens to the next person. And I hope you understand what I'm saying. What I'm telling you is, you get in the way, and you're supposed to not be there anymore, and you find some way to keep being there, then you can go ahead and live with the fact that you cost someone else their life. Because someone somewhere is paying for the bill that you refuse to pay for. And that is a debt you have to pay. Me personally, I'm a very wealthy man in a lot of ways, minus the US dollar. And I'll tell you what, I can live with my debt. I'm comfortable with it. Because that's my personality and I know what I can handle. There are people on this planet that do not desire to be alive. There are people on this planet that desire the sympathy that comes with being sick. Okay? So I will tell you firsthand that when I have stuff thrown my way that I don't feel like dealing with, I pass it on to people who want to pay that bill. I don't pick the passive-aggressive ones that are going to turn around and try to take it out on me later. I don't take it out on people who, really don't want that burden. But for the people that do, I pass it to you, and I properly compensate for the willingness to do that. And it's not illegal at all. It's called circumvention. It's not a crime. Circumvention is not a crime. I'm going to say this again, just in case the cops up in the air didn't hear me. Circumvention isn't a crime. I know you're not looking for me. I'm not a cop. Stop asking for my help. I'm in the middle of something. I'm literally working right now. Guys, I want you to understand, even if you're law enforcement, you are still interrupting my work. You are still, it doesn't matter if I don't make a single dollar at work. It's still my work. I'm a registered business, right? The fact of the matter is, dude, even if I didn't have an active registration in a business, you're interrupting my business. You get what I'm saying? So I can sue because you are interrupting my business. It doesn't matter if you're just walking on the street doing a live stream. My live stream is part of my business. So you cannot legally interrupt me, even if it's requesting my services to help you find somebody or take care of something. If I tell you no, you don't have the legal right to smear my name because I chose to tell you no, because I'm in the middle of something. If you decide to smear my name on the street, which I've already caught you doing, just because I won't do what you want, even if you're law enforcement, it's still a crime. If you try to pressure me to do what you want, I can sue or let it go. If you smear my name on the street because I refuse to help you, that's a crime. You're going to prison. I didn't say you're going to jail. I said you're going to prison. You are interrupting my business. You are insulting me in my personal life. And you are essentially committing attempted assault. Because when you smear my name in the ways that you do, you are producing the possibility and introducing the probability of someone attempting to harm me physically in my personal life. Okay? I have documented text messages. I have proof of people threatening my life. Threatening my life. Because of things that you have made up about me. Because of things that you have said about me. I have documented evidence and proof that I could easily use to take to court. And not only get you to be taking down your videos and to stop trash talking me on the street, but to get you sent to prison. All right? And I've had that for years. And now I'm to the point where I have people that collect information for me and have a database of information that they save for me. Text messages, phone calls, things that people say to me, saved for me. I have such a stock of shit that people have tried to do to me that I have to pass it on to law enforcement just so that I'm dealing with people who have the proper, that have the manpower to handle my shit. And now I'm going from doing that to reprivatizing my information. Now that I'm, more in cahoots, like I have more dealings with people that work in a privatized industry, because it's like you reach a certain level and there's morals and there's ethics, and then you reach a point where people just don't care, and you have to become an individual. You have to do it for yourself. And so nowadays, I'm finding that the morals and the ethics of law enforcement is getting in the way of getting the job done. So I say, well, this person's doing this person's doing that. I have to do something legally. And they say, well, it's not within our this and this and that. We can't do anything about it. I say, okay, well, then I'm going to find someone that can take it civil. It's unfortunate to have to do that. But, what I'm finding too is pursuing people legally on a civil basis is getting them more time than on a criminal basis. And then on top of that, while they're being investigated civilly, it's bringing up and bringing to light stuff that they've done criminally. And I actually learned that from my own experience and stuff that I've been through, where, people have tried to see, it goes, all right, well, like I said, you got people that have tried that on me, and I flipped it. And I learned the entire process and learned how they did it and what they're doing. And so now I use that for myself. Anything that someone tries to do to me, I use it as my own personal experience, my own, my own growth process. So somebody puts a warrant out on me, that's fine. That don't mean shit. There was a day when it was like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. What do I do? Guys, it's a business play. It's a power play. It's corruption. A civil warrant is one thing. Criminal warrant on me, fact. Social fact. It's, having to do with corruption. And so there's two ways to defeat it, slow and fast. I avoid the warrant and I don't have to deal with it. Or I go towards a warrant, if and when I have one. And, I tackle it head on. But unfortunately, like I said, guys, there was a dude that worked at the prison that literally he killed himself. Or at least so they say, over me. And I'm trying to tell you guys, this stuff isn't a joke, and these people don't play. So, I'm not scared because these people are on my side. And I've won over the people that file the warrants. I've won over the people that judge you in court. I've won these people over. All right? I took my time. While people are trying to trying to judge me and trying to spread lies about me, I took my time to get to know these people on a personal level. I protected them personally with my own assets and my own, guys, my own people. And it's been worth it. Because now it's like I don't have to be on the criminal side of the law. And that's how I like it. While at the same time, I'm not forced into servitude through law enforcement. Right? Some people want to be a cop. Some people feel like they have to be. Me personally, I'm neither. Yeah, I'm telling them. Like I said, I just want you to understand that if you try to cause me a problem here in my country, I didn't say your country, I said my motherfucking country. Our country, America. You try to cause me a fucking problem? Guys, I wasn't joking. When I tell you I won't come back, I mean it. You won't be able to track me, guys. You can't track me in this. If I don't want you to know where I'm at, you won't. I never hide nowadays because I've earned so much respect that I don't have to. Okay? But if I want to, I could. And, law enforcement in this country, they love being able to know where I'm at. They love being able to access my information and stuff that I got going on so that they can siphon from that and get what they want, right? They get a good paycheck. There's Los Angeles County gets a hefty fucking amount of money out of keeping track of my shit. All right? I am a constant flow of cash for the tax-paying public, and that's a fact. But like I said, it caused me any issues, I'm not coming back. So we got to stay on the same page about it, if that makes any sense. So essentially, I got myself into a position where if you mess with what I got going on, you might as well consider yourself a terrorist. And I'm not kidding. For what I do for this country, for what I do, for how what I do affects the public, for how what I gather and grow gets trickled down into, the taxpayer bracket of society. You'd be a fool to try and create a problem for me. It would be considered anti-American, and that's a fact. So if you hate America, go ahead and fuck with me. But if you like America, then you and I best get along. And if you don't like this country, why the fuck are you here? That's all I want to know. What on earth are you doing here if you don't like it? I don't do shit I don't like. And don't tell me you can't, because I am one of those few people that you can't say that to, because you won't get the answer you want. Am I worried about being reported? As far as illegal, I'm not gonna lie to you, yeah. Honestly, yes. I'm fucking terrified, okay? Because there was a point where I was considered undocumented. So I denied witness protection. I turned it down because I refused to talk about stuff that had been going on. And I had talked with the CIA, right? Because it's covert intelligence. It's shit that you don't talk about in public. So that's fine. I can get away with that. But then the FBI comes knocking and they want to talk about shit and say, look, no offense, but what happened was none of my business. I wasn't even supposed to be there. I said, well, just give us the information. You'll be fine. I said, look, I got no problems with you guys, but I don't work for you. So until you're giving me 80 grand a year and a desk, don't ask me a question. And that was the last I ever heard from him. But as of right now, I got active civilian status. I have a social security number and all that. So I should be okay. I'm just concerned about a small blip in the radar there where I didn't exist on paper. So we'll see what happens, but I should be okay. If one day I come live from Norway, you'll know why. You'll know what happened. Worked all over the world, and when your visa expired, you had to leave. Yeah. I'm gonna get a new visa. Yeah. Food costs will go up. Yeah. Food costs will go up quite a bit. And that'll shut down a lot of food banks. That'll shut down a lot of soup kitchens. I can tell you that the soup kitchens and the food banks that we have here in the area are going to be gone by 2028. They will not be here. I can tell you, I was raised Catholic. The Catholic Church down the road was a Jesuit church, which is like an offshoot. Well, the Roman Catholic Church took over that church because they have a county program working off of their property. So the Roman Catholic Church took over that church. And the reason that matters is the church might seem like it's real small, but it's a very, very powerful entity. It's a world, like the Vatican is considered a world power. They're just not listed as a world power. And they're very fucking scary when they want to be. You have no idea. You don't even want to know. Like, literally, the Catholic Church is more capable of clandestine operation. Like, their standard of within the realm of clandestine operations is like 10 times higher than that of the Central Intelligence Agency here in America. They're you wouldn't even believe me if I told you. I tell you something about the shit that they're capable of, you'd think I was insane. You'd be like, you're making that shit up. That's not even humanly possible. I'd be like, okay. So I don't even say it. But fucking crazy shit, man. Like, that's why, I was raised Catholic, and then I got involved in my American stuff when I first really started becoming more of an American. And, it was like a piece of cake. I'm not kidding you. Working with the agency was a piece of cake compared to working with the church. So, where are we at? Am I a bad boy? Rachel, I'll tell you the truth, I'm not. I hate to tell you, but no. I do what has to get done. I'm not a good boy, but I'm not a bad boy. I'm a man. I'm a healthy, atypical man. Or no, it actually 100% has to do with corruption. It began in 2021 where, the woman I was with and I were both falsely arrested on, accusations of domestic abuse, which wasn't even possible considering, neither one of us was in any form of a domestic situation. You can't claim domestic abuse. It's like this Florida guy. I don't know what happened in Florida, but there was accusations that this guy flipped out on this woman in Florida at Disneyland, and they're trying to charge him with domestic abuse. Now, look, if he punched this woman in the face, man, I mean, he ain't making it. When he gets locked up, he ain't making it. And guys, here's what you don't understand. The way it works in real life, no matter what your charge is, what you face and what you deal with when you're locked up is based on what you really did. All right? So, for me, prison was a dream. Dude, people, I was so innocent that I essentially was going down for another person. All right? So I was treated like a king. I was treated like a goddamn king throughout my incarceration in Oklahoma, which never happened. When this is over, it sucks for you. If you remember it, just keep your fucking mouth shut. And same in Pennsylvania. So, it just is what it is. But for people that actually do that shit, it goes really bad. But like I said, what I'm trying to tell you is the charge was improper. They reacted, okay? So with law enforcement, when I dealt with law enforcement back in 21, they overreacted tremendously, extremely, okay? And they did that because they didn't have any control over me, and it really pissed them off, okay? So in those areas of society, they're very used to having control over their citizens, and it pissed them off that they couldn't control me. And so they just assumed that I was a criminal because they couldn't maintain control of me. And that wasn't true. I was true. I was honest. And so unfortunately I did get the sheriffs riled up in Oklahoma. I didn't intend to get them riled up. I was just obviously tired and hungry and angry. But that just led to so much stuff that just didn't have to happen. It's very unfortunate. But like I said, we had been detained and questioned on Native American land, and she is Native American. So, yeah, that was a thing. So they detained my woman and my son on Native American land, and I was at the time considered her spouse, and us, holding the same rights. And we were all detained on Native American land. Yeah. So that's as far as we're going to take it today. But no offense, you earned it. I hate to have to talk, I hate bringing it up because, people got their secrets. People got stuff going on. They got reasons they do things. So I try to keep my mouth shut. I really do because it's none of my business. But you separated my family. All right? And that was it. And I still kept my mouth shut. And there are people ill-advised enough to believe me to have been a wimp for keeping my mouth shut or not doing something about it. Guys, listen. I was raised and taught that you respect one another's privacy. Whatever their reasoning was, I could only imagine why they chose to do that. And, there was there was a large amount of corruption, but I'm sure there was more than that I don't know about. So, like I said, I kept my mouth shut. It was the right thing to do, in my opinion. But I took care of what I had to take care of. I got the assurance that the person I was with was safe. And then I just went from there. And I've been just dealing with things ever since and just slowly releasing stuff as is necessary. But it's very unfortunate because I don't want to be talking about any of this. No offense, but I really don't want to be talking about it. I don't want to be doing anything about it because it's life is happening the way it's supposed to be happening. And it's just unfortunate when people push me too far and then I end up having to say something about what happened. It's so obvious that attempting to put a warrant on me or anything of that nature is an attempt at a gag order. It's part of how it's so obvious is that, them trying it, or at least thinking about trying it across the country and then not doing anything at all on this end. They're pretty smart on this end. it kind of just reveals the corruption going on in the East and the corruption going on in the Midwest. There's not a lot of governmental or law enforcement corruption out here in the West, to tell you the truth. There's not a whole lot of it going on, so I don't have to deal with it. But, I'm thankful to have somewhere that I'm safe from all that corruption. I'll put it to you that way. And I'm disappointed in people that I care about that are willing to fill their pockets and say that it's not corruption. Very disappointing. A lot of people that I care about and love that gave in. And I was very disappointed about that. So, as far as any type of warrant having to do with a gag order, I'm not going to respect a gag order. I never signed an NDA, okay? It's corruption. It's an attempt at control. And I said no. And that's final. America has spoken, not just me. And you're in the wrong. And so instead of worshiping the Reich, grow up. Go to prison or grow up. Because I'm not a Nazi. I'm not playing your game. And if you don't shut up, we're going to rock your shit the way we did when we killed your leader. Won you over. Thanks, Rachel. I have never stolen from anybody, just so you know. If there is anyone out there using my name, that's not my problem. What's up, Hammerhead? Rachel goes, let's go to Mexico. You got nothing to lose. No, I got a nice life out here. I do. I might, but I haven't been pushed. I've never told anyone about being from Florida. I'm not from Florida. I never said I was. What's up, boss? Thanks for the follow. Good job. Thank you. Listen, either show up or shut up. But I ain't going to say I ain't afraid of you because I'm so not afraid of you that I don't need to say it. Either show up or shut up. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. Show up or shut up. If you're a woman, be prepared for incarceration. If you're a man, be prepared for death. Thanks for the hearts. She was arrested. That's a fact. Yeah, Oklahoma is beautiful. I'll agree with you on that. Absolutely beautiful state. I just never dealt with the people. And some of them, I like some of them, but I'm very selective in the Midwest. Very selective. Good, how are you, Sarah? Shan, just let it go. I'm telling you, just let it go. All right? I'm in with some really high-powered people, and I've paid my dues on the mistakes that I've made, and there will come a day where all of that is going to be inaccessible to the public due to some of what went on during that time. All right, for the sake of our people, for the sake of this country. All right, so I did my good, and no good deed goes unpunished. So that part of my past is going to be sealed. But I'm asking you as a personal favor, for the sake of your own dealings and safety, that you do not do anything of that nature. Yeah, That was my spouse, and she was detained. We had both agreed upon and been speaking about that for a while. We had a ring and everything, and we were from a Commonwealth state where it would say that we were married. So, yeah. So we started fire with sticks. What's up, Jacob? No, I'm not. I'm not Apache. No, I'm. What do you call it? I'm not native of the states, but thanks for the follow. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. What's up, Chip? Shan, you gotta chill. I'm gonna mute you. I won't block you, but you seriously gotta chill out. All right. I'm gonna head out. All right. I'll talk to y'all soon. I got somebody I gotta go see.